And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. And on pick. This might seem like a potential blowout, but anything can happen in this NBA.
Kevin, we see upsets happen all the time. It's what makes the sport great. You can't take any team or game for granted.
So look at the starters for the Wizards. They've got Sarr. Koulibaly is out there with Marcus Smart. Then it's George, and it's Middleton, and it's small forward. And so it's the Wizards getting on the board first. Here's Giannis, and it's sent back by George. Sarr with it, driving in. Outside for Smart. The shot by George, wide open. Good, and Smart gets the assist.
Well, I'm not sure how that one found the bottom of the net, but hey, you take it when it comes.
Giannis outside. Prince outside. Antetokounmpo, a screen on George. Floats it up for Giannis. And the dunk by Giannis.
The decision-making of Antetokounmpo is really brilliant, in a word. He knows when to spot up, he knows when to roll to the bucket off screen, and he knows when to give it up.
Smart goes in, and slam dunk by Smart.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns. Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
GA, when it comes to the Wizards, they have a pretty spotty draft record over the past decade.
Kevin, it's tough to get things right in the draft. Plus, they have just had poor lottery luck, only selecting higher than 8th once in the last decade. But they have passed on some superstar-level talent.
Now here's Smart after Taurean Prince's miss. Middleton with a screen for Smart. Prince grabs the miss. Bucks have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Lillard finds Trent. And good that time.
Lillard's passing game, a thing of beauty. Got that ball to a guy who had a quality look and got it to him on time.
Now here's Smart. Good D by Lopez.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
Smart deciding where to go with it. The tray. And it's Smart again missing. Kicks it out to Prince. Back to Trent. On the wing, Giannis. Lays it up off the glass. Antetokounmpo's got his second bucket.
Can't let Antetokounmpo get deep positioning like that, because this is what happens.
Here's Smart. The Wizards with another miss.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
Now here's Lillard. Scoreless thus far. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. 1:25 left here in the first quarter.
Using his size advantage there to rip down that board in traffic.
You were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. That's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Lillard. Fires from deep. And Sarr pulls it down. Washington leading now by 3. 41 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Koulibaly, no good.
And, the defense to me looked like they were okay to let him prove he could make that shot.
Lopez kicks to Lillard. It's Trent on the wing. Giannis outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Sarr pulls it down. Sarr's got 4 rebounds in this game. And George with the stuff.
How about the court vision of Middleton? Just so good at finding the open man.
Three-pointer, Lillard. And the Bucks miss again. For 3, Middleton. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow!
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close it.
And so it's Washington in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. Right back after this break. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And what stands out to you from Washington in this one?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
The guard and off guard are Lillard and Trent. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. And it's Prince in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Lillard scanning the floor. It's Prince on the wing. Now here's Lopez. He's covered closely. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Washington ball.
Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Smart finds Koulibaly. Back to Smart. Pass to Koulibaly. Just 5 to shoot. Taken away. Trent with it. Now guarded by Smart. Right now I send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Bucks are still trying to perfect their chemistry. Bobby Portis says things take time. You've got to keep continuing to build it. There's another level Dame and Giannis can get to. Just making it clockwork. Them continuing to get better at it opens the floor for everyone else on the court. Kevin?
Well, David, with those 2 guys, Dame and Giannis, it opens the floor up a lot. Hey, thanks for the report. Lillard dishes to Antetokounmpo. Giannis dunks it down.
Once Giannis gets that close to the rim, you know that he'll do everything he can to make the finish happen.
And Greg, 2 seasons ago, the Bucks ranked 1st in defensive rating. Last season, they dropped down to number 19.
Yeah, shifting defensive schemes coaching changes, also swapping Drew Holiday for Damian Lillard. But they can and should be better than 19.
Bucks trail by 6. Lillard outside. Launches it. It's rebounded by Koulibaly. Wizards have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Sarr's shot is off. Bucks have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Prince finds Lopez. The Bucks working the ball around. Back to Trent. Down low. Here's Antetokounmpo. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It goes on Chris Middleton.
You know, no opponent is willing to give Antetokounmpo an easy look. I mean, they want to make it hard on him, and he's going to get bodied up, and he's learned to accept that.
He doesn't get the second one. Clark, the last piece of the puzzle for Giannis Antetokounmpo, winning that 2021 NBA title.
And you know, Kevin, think about this. When Giannis got that ring, he also had 2 MVPs, a Defensive Player of the Year award. Man, that's accomplishing a lot at just 26.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. What are some of the tricks of the trade in that regard?
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, you know, getting a cadence for the screener. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
Lillard attacking. Got a hand on it.
Sharp defensive instincts from the rookie. Sarr using those long arms to knock that one away.
It's up a 3. The rebound by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got 5 rebounds tonight. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. The Bucks shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. And the way the Wizards like to play, Greg, you can expect them to get out and run.
Yeah, they're young and they can fly, right? They've got speed and athleticism to get up and down the floor. They'll push the tempo as much as you allow.
Giannis is screen on Smart. 6 on the shot clock. To the inside. Giannis no good. Wizards leading by 4. Here's Koulibaly. Tries again. Beyond the arc. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got his 6th rebound on the night. Bounce pass, Prince. The kick out to Lopez. Here's Antetokounmpo. Rebound, Washington. Sarr's got 6 rebounds now in the game. From deep three-point land, a rebound by the Bucks. And they're pushing it up. Kicks it out to Prince. Trent outside. It's tipped. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Wizards out front, up by 4. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of basketball following halftime.
And get ready for the half-court shot. Drums, please. They're measuring up their shot.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You have to like what we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo.
It takes a lot to dominate a game without shooting lights out, but that's exactly what he was able to do with his play on the glass.
Yes, sir. I mean, that area around the bucket has been his turf tonight. A sensational display of rebounding in the first half.
So on the floor for Washington, Ray Kispert is out there with Bay. And there's Rashawn Holmes. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon. And it's Poole in at the point guard. Back to Jackson. Goes up with a strike. Rebounded by Holmes. Wizards leading by 4. Brogdon the pass to Kispert. They set the pick. From deep three-point land, an absolute bomb from three-point range. Kispert's got the first bucket of the third here for the Wizards. Porter inside. Guarded by Poole and finished off by Porter.
Porter's such a terrific athlete, making it look easy as he takes off and jams it down.
And Poole gets it to go.
Yeah, well done to finish that one off.
Buck shooting poorly, just 35% so far. Greg, it's not the first skill you think about, but Jordan Poole is unreal at the foul line.
I mean, led the league in 22 at 92.5%, beating out teammate Steph Curry by 0.2%. Poole's always been amongst the league leaders in attempts.
The Wizards shooting 43% from the floor. Now, here's Kispert, guarded by Green. Poole with the screen for Kispert. Three-pointer, and the Wizards hit again from deep.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
Porter dishes to Sims. Good, and a nice assist from Porter. Sims has got his first basket.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Here's Poole. 5 points in the game. Brogdon outside. Back to Poole. Over Porter. Poole no good. Bucks trail by 8. Porter inside. Working on Bay. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
A flat-out bucket getter. Porter Jr. is a scorer who will hurt you all over the floor.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
Holmes with the steal.
Remaining the third. 2 minutes.
For 3, Brogdon. They get it back. Fires the 3. Trains it from beyond the arc. Brogdon's got the lead up to 11 now for Washington.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Clark, we know the Bucks are a veteran team that has now leveraged their assets to try to win now.
And the question is, Kevin, do they have enough? There's a point at which veteran becomes a nicer way or a euphemism for old, especially in today's NBA. That can be a problem for you.
First team foul.
There's 1:17 left in the third. Pass to Kispert. Pocket 6. From deep three-point territory. It's rebounded by Portis. Bucks trail by 9. Poole with the steal. And now the fast break. Brogdon with the ball. And the basket is good. Kispert's got 5. And an important part of every team's game. A look at the hustle stats for Washington.
Really a great job in this one, forcing the issue defensively. Great quickness and discipline combined, making ball handlers very uncomfortable.
And boy, it just seems like they are blocking everything. All throughout this game, they have just wreaked havoc defensively.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
Outside to Brogdon. And here is Kispert. He's got 5. Kispert setting the pick for Bay. The Wizards need to get a shot off here. Pass to Kispert. Brogdon a screen on Green. Back to Brogdon. Now here's Kispert. Over Green. Tough possession there. They stayed with it, but they just couldn't make it. Porter inside. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Porter's got 8 points in the quarter.
And you know what? One of the few bright spots in this game for them today. He's kept his edge even though they've been trailing.
And so it's the Washington Wizards. And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. And it's Smart with the ball for the Washington Wizards. They've led by as many as 11 points. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. The guard and off guard are Lillard and Trent. And it's Prince in at the small forward. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Here's Yoru. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
First personal foul. I tell you what, the long arms of Antetokounmpo are really incredibly lethal in the paint. Sometimes the defense really has no choice but to foul him and then hope he misses.
Wizards leading by 7. Outside, Smart. Here's the screen. Pass to Coulibaly. Shot clock at 6. That 3 off target had some space there after the little pump fake. 3-pointer, Lillard. Rebounded by the Wizards.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just kind of slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
First team foul.
Washington with the ball. 7-point differential. Here's Coulibaly. Damian Lillard grabs the loose ball.
Boy, defense non-existent there. They catch a break as he whiffs it. You know, sometimes you don't like to see guys pull up from 3-point range on the break, but for him, with nobody on him, that's a pretty good shot.
Here's Middleton. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on Taurean Prince.
Nice bit of trickery there from Chris Middleton. He knows exactly how to effectively use that shot fake.
Clark, there are some that would say that Giannis Antetokounmpo is the best player in Milwaukee Bucks history. Others might say Lou Alcindor. What do you say?
Hey, pump the brakes on that Giannis. I love the Greek freak. And I tell you, Kareem is my guy. I would tip my hat there, but I certainly understand why others would say, Giannis, I'm going to hang my hat with Kareem.
Shot clock at 2, and Lopez throws it down hard.
Boy, looking to add to his highlight reel that time, the big fella. Lopez showing you a little extra athletic ability for a big guy.
Smart kicks to Middleton. Back to Smart. Takes it inside, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Wizards lead by 6.
And this is where Smart's at his best, being aggressive, going towards the rim.
Antetokounmpo against George. Giannis inside.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
George sets a screen for Saar. From outside, off the mark. Bucks trail by 4. Over to the wing. Back to Antetokounmpo. Prince with a screen on Middleton. Here's Giannis. Down low, inside. Giannis drops it in.
You know, feeling very comfortable taking a big shot when his team needs it. That's a sign of how Antetokounmpo has matured recently.
Count it.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs it right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
George with the screen on Lillard. Smart, wide open, he fires.
And when you ask the coaches about Saar, they rave about his motor.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Antetokounmpo looking it over. Rebound, Washington. Sarr's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Middleton with it, and it's Trent picking him up. And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. 13 foul.
Here's Smart. A floater. Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Giannis has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Over in the corner, Lillard. And the Bucks miss again.
You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there. Taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that.
Drills it from outside.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
To the left wing. Lopez sets a screen through Lillard. And the Bucks miss again. Here's Koulibaly, defended by Trent. The shot by Middleton, wide open. And again, Washington with the triple.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
Milwaukee foul. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Second personal foul. Fourth team foul.
And he knocks down the first
For
one.
Washington, George taking 2 shots.
And George drops them both. 24 seconds left in the fourth. George against Antetokounmpo. At the elbow, it's Prince. Lopez sets a screen for Lillard. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about. Thank you, David. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Alden, this is Kevin Hart.
focus of... Both of these teams, offense. Doris, it's about putting points on the board in bunches.
A BA, it seems to be a league-wide trend in many respects. There's so much conversation about how skilled these players are, the range shooting that you've got to deal with defensively. I think we've got to redefine the definition of good defense because these guys are so good.
And now the Indiana Pacers starters. Nimhard and Matherin, they're the wings. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. And it's Halliburton in at the point guard. Now here's Lillard. Lets it go from deep. Sure, from three-point range.
Lillard gets so much lift on his three-pointers, it's almost effortless how he shoots.
Halliburton on the attack. Up and in on the layup.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Lillard against Halliburton. Now here's Lillard, guarded closely. Lopez for three. Yes, great play by Lillard to set it up.
And I love the balance for Lillard between scoring and passing. That time, finding his teammate for the great look.
Well, Grant, there are few players in the league who can attack a defense from the logo, but Lillard is one of them.
Yeah, and he makes it look so easy. You have to pick him up at the half-court line, and it's been that way for about a decade.
Here's Lillard, back to the basket by Indiana on the other end.
I tell you love the attitude of Miles Turner. No one is getting off these shots when he's nearby. No one.
Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. Free throw good, Lillard. And the Pacers started last season all offense, Grant, but even they knew that would not be sustainable.
Yeah, Coach Carlisle prodded them to at least get to average on the defensive end. And there's no question they have the tools to do it.
Pass to Prince. Shoots over Matherin. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Now there's your rim protection. That's how you defend the post.
Boy, he really anchors well on the block. Very difficult to back down.
Great teamwork on that drive. Punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Oh, rejected by Lillard. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Halliburton. The Bucks have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
I was able to talk with Doc Rivers for a minute. I asked Coach what his plan was for trying to slow down Pascal Siakam, and he said to make him into a jump shooter. He does the most damage around the rim, so we want to force him out on the perimeter whenever possible. It's not an easy task by any means. We'll see if they're able to do this. Back to you guys.
Thank you for that, Allie.
And just terrible defense.
Awesome! Hammers it home!
So nice. Oh, wow. Dame just sticking it to the other team, and you can see it's motivating his squad as well.
All right, Doris, where do you think Halliburton ranks among the NBA's best point guards?
Well, certainly BA got to be near the top of the list. Number one, his vision is absolutely tremendous. He can create on the fly. As importantly to me, it's his spirit and presence, the joy he brings to the game. You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
Antetokounmpo, the pass to Trent. Back to Antetokounmpo. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
Got to appreciate the decisiveness of Giannis. Rolling with purpose after setting the screen.
Lillard against Halliburton. And stolen by Antetokounmpo. And they're pushing it up. Jumps up. And the big finish by Giannis.
Beyond belief. I mean, such a creative talent. And I'm not surprised to see Giannis get flashy on the finish.
And he gets that one. Halliburton's got 10.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Now here's Lillard. He's got 6. Kicks it out to Antetokounmpo. Lopez, the screen on Siakam. 4 on the clock. Oh, stolen by Turner. On the wing, Nembhard, guarded by Trent. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. And certain guys are just solid with what they do. Doris, I think that applies to Andrew Nembhard.
Yeah, I think it does, BA, because whenever he's out there, there's the steadying presence he brings. And that is while competing at a high level on the defensive end. His competitive toughness might be his best attribute.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Pass to Prince, and here's Lillard. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
This guy is a fantastic finisher near the hoop. Taurean Prince with an emphatic 2.
The drive by Nembhard. Soft touch off the glass.
And both teams already firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, this is already a high-scoring game, but we knew that was a possibility coming into this one.
Out to Lillard. Launches a 3. He drops it from range. He's got 9.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Good scoring in this one as we conclude the first quarter. Bucks ahead, up by 4. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance, so knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
And their assist total, also impressive early, creating with the pass and playing for teammates.
Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. Lillard and Trent Jr. are the guards, and it's Prince in at the 3 spot. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Brian Miles Turner, the 11th pick by the Pacers in 2015 for much of his career with the team. He's endured the trade rumors. He said, "I've still got PTSD from that, but I wanted to be here in Indy." And last season, a renegotiation of his contract, giving him an extension and a raise. Brian, he is locked in as their starting center.
Yeah, it would appear so, Allie. Thank you. Halliburton for 3. That one doesn't go. He's now 5 for 9 in this one. Lillard against Siakam. Here in the second quarter, a little over a minute to play. Here's Antetokounmpo. The rebound by Nembhard. Pacers trail by 6. Well, Grant, from roster to coaching changes, the Bucks have been trying to become an even more elite team.
Yeah, teams are always tinkering now these days, BA. The Bucks know they are a high-level team, but they want to dominate the competition on another level.
Prince, the pass to Lillard. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Halliburton. And the foul on Tyrese Halliburton. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
Second quarter here, just over a minute and a half played. For 3, here's Lillard.
And this is why this team considers Turner a defensive stalwart. Long arms, quick feet, the ability to contest shooters. Really good defense.
And I just love how he's making the effort plays that everyone around him appreciates.
It is certainly making an impact tonight.
No doubt. On the scoreboard, in the body language of the players, you can tell which team is in complete command.
Antetokounmpo, the pass to Lillard. Oh, Lillard finishing with authority.
What an athletic play from Lillard. More than capable of just jamming it down.
And here's Halliburton. He'll bring it up for Indiana. Trailing by 8. Siakam outside. Down it goes, and a great assist by Halliburton. Halliburton's got 3 assists now in this one. Antetokounmpo outside. Pass to Prince. Shot clock at 6. Out of bounds. It'll be Indiana's ball.
Yeah, simply stated, you have to take care of the basketball, and they don't on that possession.
Now, for those joining us now, we're in the second quarter, about 3 minutes gone by.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Halliburton outside. Turner with it. Fires the 3. Missed it. Now 0 for 1 in this game. Prince against Matherin. Prince, the pass to Antetokounmpo. The rebound by Turner. Pacers trail by 5. Well, Grant, they say early in Giannis's career, he had to work not just on his game, but his attitude.
And that's true, B.A. It wasn't a bad attitude. He just lacked an edge. The ruthless mindset that all great players have. But, man, once he got that edge, he never lost it.
And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. And Grant, the combination of Giannis and Lillard, one of the most fearsome pick-and-roll tandems the league has ever seen.
You're spot on, B.A. You surround them with shooting, and you have the makings of an offensive juggernaut.
Well, there's no question. Pascal Siakam has raised the ceiling of this Pacers team.
Yeah, absolutely. He complements Halliburton's up-tempo style very well. And defensively, he shores things up with his ability to guard 1 through 5.
Here's Prince. And another miss by Milwaukee.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
They get it back. Nembhard, the pass to Halliburton. And the foul on Gary Trent. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
Bucks on D. 3-point lead. Here's Halliburton. Rebounded by Lopez. Grant, they could attempt a 2 for 1 here.
They could. The key here is a good look.
Count that one. Antetokounmpo has got 14.
And look at Giannis using his length inside, allowing him to beat the contact and get the finish.
Siakam with a screen on Trent. Here's Nembhard. Count that bucket.
Great timing and coordination. Lays it in coming off that pick.
Here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 14. There's 14 seconds left in the first half of this game. Lopez, the screen on Halliburton. And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. Pacers with a rebound. That'll count. And that's not going to go. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Milwaukee out front, leading by 3. All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Thanks so much, Rick.
All right, good stuff, Allie. And we'll get back to the action at the start of the third quarter. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. It's been a clinic out there by Giannis Antetokounmpo.
When he got good position and they got the ball to him, he was automatic.
Well, you can see why they would continue to play through him. He was tough to stop, super assertive down low, just great work.
And Indiana looking at who they've got. T.J. McConnell is out there with Shepard. Then it's Nesmith. Then it's Thomas Bryant. And it's Toppin in at the 4. And here's Green from the arc. And Bryant pulls it down. Pacers trail by 3. McConnell outside. Driving in. Yes, it's good. You're a good person to ask this, Doris. Why do so many point guards turn into successful coaches?
Yeah, I think obviously, Brian, as a point guard, you're responsible for knowing every position on the floor, where they're supposed to be at all times. And you're also sort of thinking like a coach already. This person hasn't had a bucket in a while. How do I get them in a position to make them successful? So I think you're in control of so much as a point guard that it naturally translates to coaching.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Jackson on the wing. Clock at 6. The Bucks need to get up a shot here. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
And this is the absolute wrong time to stop communicating. They have to get in sync.
Indiana trailing here. McConnell passes to Toppin. Out to the wing. There's a screen by Toppin. To the left side wing. Portis with the steal. Milwaukee shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here.
First team foul.
The Bucks have gone just 1 of 3 in the second half. One thing about the Pacers, Doris, they can flat out score the basketball.
It is incredible to me, B.A., how infrequently the ball sticks. They play fast, whether in transition or in the half court. They make defenses work.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Brian, with the Bucks switching coaches midway through last season, Doc Rivers' experience with star-laden rosters, he said, quote, "I resist thinking that you can't coach players. I have no problem holding them accountable. If you don't do it, you're not going to win." Brian, the pressure's on to get it done.
Burden of expectation. It's title or bust. Thanks, Allie. And here comes the coach's challenge. He disagrees with the foul.
Second team foul. At the line for 2.
Worried that this would slow the action down. But with so many close calls in every game, the NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
And he drops the first. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Now McConnell, he has 6. Toppin, a screen on Porter. McConnell passes to Toppin. Good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
This guy very comfortable operating in the painted area. All Obi Toppin needs is a little bit of room to get that shot off.
And Doc Rivers calls timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. For Milwaukee, they've gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. Portis with a screen on McConnell. Porter with it, and it's Toppin picking him up. Portis down low. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Portis has got his first bucket in this one.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
McConnell passes to Toppin. Count it.
Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
And it's Porter with the ball for the Milwaukee Bucks. 2-point game. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. In transition, here come the Pacers. Pass to Toppin. Drives to the hoop. And a slam dunk by Toppin.
You cannot give Obi Toppin lanes to the basket. When he sees one, boy, he is so opportunistic.
Porter looks it over. left in the third. 6 to shoot. Here's Sims. Cash. Assisting on the play with Porter. And the Bucks lead by 2.
And wanting to elevate his playmaking skills, Porter Jr. continues to impress with his passing ability.
McConnell's shot is off.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights, that bucket is automatic.
Here's Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is.
First team foul.
34 seconds left in the third quarter here. McConnell from outside. Here's Bryant, and all around the rim that time before dropping.
Well, you let Thomas Bryant get set for that shot. He's able to make it without hesitation.
Porter against McConnell. Portis with a screen on McConnell. Porter, the pass to Portis. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed pass. Portis has got his second basket of the game. McConnell from outside. The shot no good. And some nice defense there to end the quarter. And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the fourth. Who will carry the day? Milwaukee. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Lillard and Trent Jr. are the guards. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. And it's Prince in at the small forward position. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Antetokounmpo against Siakam. Lillard outside. Shot clock at 5. 3 ball from Lillard.
Just a big-time answer from Lillard. He competes as hard as anyone in this league.
Halliburton goes. Got it again. That makes him 8 for 15 for the night.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
This is a player who understands when the game is hanging in the balance. He knows it's winning time.
Yeah, what a sweet move from Giannis. Just breaking down the defense there.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
First personal foul.
Damian Lillard picks one up.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
Halliburton at the line for 2.
And both free throws good for Halliburton.
Tyrese Halliburton just plays with a certain pace. He's always looking to push the action.
Lillard looking around to the inside. Here's Antetokounmpo. Pass to Prince.
I see him.
Back to Antetokounmpo. Lillard left side over Halliburton. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Indiana trailing here. Nembhard outside to tie it up. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to go on Gary Trent. Makes it, and the next one could tie it up.
Andrew Nembhard. 2 shots.
And it's tied up with that one. The Bucks have gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. Lopez, the screen on Halliburton. And Turner with the block. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will keep it. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Halliburton. Pass to Lopez. Now here's Trent. He's guarded by Nembhard. 5 to shoot. Here's Antetokounmpo. Indiana with a rebound. Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Mathurin. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Siakam.
Great body control allows Mathurin to finish through contact.
Here's Lillard. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got 4 rebounds now. The Pacers have gone a perfect 3 for 3 here in the fourth. Here's Mathurin. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
This is what the team likes about Mathurin. He's calm and cool when they need him to step up.
And a timeout called here by Doc Rivers, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. Swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey guys, during that last break, I heard Doc Rivers as he talked with the team. And they told the team it's close. We've got a chance if we battle, compete. You could see the players love the message. They looked fired up. We'll see if it works, Brian.
Okay, thank you, Allie. Antetokounmpo, pass to Trent. To halt the run. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
Kevin Trent Jr. is a legit 3-level scorer. If you concede the mid-range, he's more than willing to take it.
Here's Halliburton. Oh, 2 physical points for Halliburton.
Halliburton has the kind of personality that keeps him steady in big-time moments. How about that? Unfazed.
Antetokounmpo, a screen on Halliburton. The shot by Lillard, no good.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
It's deflected. Trent outside. Lopez passes to Antetokounmpo. Oh, the strength of Giannis.
And you can see early on that Giannis wanted to be aggressive. I mean, he's taken over at the offensive end.
The floater. Chalk up 2 there. Halliburton's got 11 points here in the second half.
The Halliburton just has a knack for understanding what his team needs, and that was a big-time clutch delivery.
And there's the basket, and the whistle blows. Chance at a 3-point play here. Going to the line for 1. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Pacers.
Yeah, they were so aggressive from the start, getting the ball into the painted area. Now, they stuck to their game plan, and it paid off.
Also, I just love how hard they've taken the ball to the rack. They've made a point of attacking, and it's led to them getting buckets.
Siakam with a screen on Trent. Nembhard, the pass to Turner. To 3, Mathurin. Oh, nails the triple!
And talk about stepping up in a big way.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
Lillard up top, defended by Halliburton. Lopez, the screen. A shot by Lillard, no good.
Well, whether it's a defensive adjustment or he's gone just a bit cold, that efficiency has really fallen off this quarter.
He wants the ball, has a flair for the dramatic, unfazed in big situations.
As Siakam relishes the opportunity to deliver. That's a big-time basket.
Pass to Prince. To tie it up. The 3 won't fall. Ooh, poked away. And they committed intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
Halliburton's got an open look. And so it's the Pacers who come out on top here. And this was an emotional win for them. No doubt about it.
Just a fantastic.
Allie, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Allie LaFleur.
Greg, leading up to this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Halliburton in the backcourt. Nemhard to his side. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. And it's Mathurin in at the 3 slot. Now, here is Halliburton. Seems like every time, Greg, we see Tyrese Halliburton, he's wearing a big smile on his face.
Talk about a guy who just loves this game. Halliburton is such an enthusiastic player, and that positive attitude really affects his entire team.
And you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Here's Poole. Kicks it down to Middleton. Pass to Coulibaly. Back to Middleton. 5 to shoot. Goes back up. And it's good on the way up.
That is tough. Watching Middleton find some kind of shooting window there and then knocking it down.
Now, here is Halliburton. Tight defense on him. Siakam a screen on Middleton. Jacks up a 3. And Siakam with the basket on the assist from Mathurin.
Rise and fires. This is Siakam's attitude off the catch. And with these results, you understand why.
Here's Coulibaly. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the 3-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
A nice shot by Halliburton.
Standing 6'5", Halliburton, one of those longer, lanky guards that can get out there and use his size to disrupt.
Gives the team such a great element having a 1 guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Halliburton on the wing. He's defended by Coulibaly. And it's Halliburton missing. Wizards have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Fires for 3. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
When he's hitting that shot, this offense becomes scary. Even more difficult to defend.
No question. He is connecting from those kind of spots on the floor. It is just a huge boost for what they can do offensively.
And Greg, we know the Pacers have to improve defensively. But where do they start?
Candidly, Kevin, I feel like they're too soft. Giving up offensive rebounds, cheap fouls, they've got to be tougher mentally and physically, especially on the interior.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, the Pacers obviously push the fast break. Tyrese Halliburton says the emphasis is getting outlets and running, playing fast. That's a good identity to have. It's a team that you want to play for, and it's a style you don't want to play against. You've got to be ready to play us. Kevin, the idea is for them to wear you down.
They fly, David. Baseline to baseline. They can really go. Wizards leading by 7. Here's Sarr, and Sarr throws it down.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possession.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
Halliburton finds Siakam to end the cold streak, and Tyrese Halliburton heads from deep. Halliburton's got 7 points.
Steady from behind the 3-point line. Halliburton is someone you rely on to knock down a few threes.
Yep, that one goes in there.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
And he drives in.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
Well, how good have they been on the inside tonight, just getting down into the painted area and just dominating, controlling that spot.
And it's blocked.
Sharp defensive instincts from the rookie. Sarr using those long arms to knock that one away.
Here's Koulibaly. Hamard covering. Here's Middleton. And the Wizards getting another bucket right there.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable. And so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And quite a position here for the Wizards to be in. What do you guys think?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
On the court right now for the Pacers. The perimeter pairing with Nembhard and Mathurin. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. And it's Halliburton in at the point. It's Sarr, top of the key. Now, here's Poole. Hamard covering. Here's Middleton. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
When you can score the ball and the defense makes adjustments your way to do that, Poole has to take advantage like that.
That one falls. Halliburton's got 9 points.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
Poole against Halliburton. Pass to Koulibaly. Middleton looking it over. He takes it in. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. You know, a trend that's been unmistakable, Greg, over the last few decades has been the number of positionless players.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing, right? So many players now with diversity in their skill set. And there's no need to commit a player to a certain role just based on their size.
The drive by Siakam. Here's Halliburton. Washington with the rebound. Champagne's got his 4th rebound in this one. On the wing, Koulibaly. He's covered by Halliburton. The kick out to Poole. Knocks down the 3-ball. He has 5.
And just another weapon that Jordan Poole has in his offensive arsenal.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Turner with the screen. Lets the 3 fly. Got a piece of it. Here's Sarr. And Sarr throws it down.
So much fluidity from Sarr going right at the rim with that slam.
You know, Brent, the Wizards had a very tough 23-24 campaign, didn't they?
Very difficult for everybody, their fans, their ownership, and their coaching staff, which changed last year. Just 15 wins, a record low for a very prideful Washington franchise. Their offense struggled, their defense was 28th. On the bright side, a lot of minutes went to their younger players, so it's going to be another year of development in Washington. Well, that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
Here's Koulibaly. Hamard covering, and it's good. 2 points.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
2 minutes remaining in the second.
Rule with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Sarr's got it. Middleton, a screen on Turner. Sarr makes it off the glass. Sarr's got 8.
Letting the big man Sarr go to work inside. I like seeing him being aggressive down low.
Siakam outside. Slammed home, and he Draws the foul, a chance for another point at the free throw line.
Chris Middleton.
It goes on Chris Middleton.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Left side, Mathurin, the 17-footer. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Siakam's got 5 points in the quarter.
And Siakam always has options in the mid-range. He's a talented shooter who can make that shot. Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Clock at 6. And here we go. Here's Koulibaly, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
Siakam, a screen on Poole. It's rebounded by Koulibaly. Middleton outside. Poole up top. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Washington Wizards holding a 22-point lead as the quarter wraps up. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
Get ready for the fan half-court shot from line. They're thinking about the shot.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. The Pacers shooting about 35% from the floor. Not much falling for them. They've got Kispert. Saddiq Bey is out there with Holmes. Then there's Smart, and it's Brogdon in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington.
Van Toppen getting a little bit fancy with the throwdown that time.
And so it's Smart who brings up the ball for the Wizards. Well, it's no secret this Washington team is in a rebuilding phase. But Brent, they've collected some assets.
And they've got some flexibility here, Kevin, and they made the call to start over. They took some other players that other teams didn't want, along with some draft picks, which sometimes you have to do when you're bottoming out. They have a good toolbox to rebuild with. Pretty good awareness there from Malcolm Brogdon, capable of spotting the open teammate on that side of the ball.
Lets it go with a 3. Rebound, Washington. And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Here's Smart. Outside to Brogdon. Pass to Kispert. 6 to shoot. Back to Brogdon. Over Shepherd. The shot by Brogdon, no good.
Oh, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the NBA's G League has come a long way since it started in 2001. Initially, Pacers coach Rick Carlisle said that people weren't tracking it very closely. Now G League President Sharif Abdur-Rahim says the awareness is night and day. It's gone from being overlooked and underappreciated to a league of burgeoning stars. Kevin?
David, you've been in this league a long time. You and I have seen its growth. It has been sensational.
And Holmes operating around the paint.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Now Shepherd, still without a basket. Here's Neesmith. Buries the long-range jumper.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on it.
Brogdon a screen on McConnell. Smart kicks to Brogdon. There's the drive. Good on the bucket.
Good job of getting inside. Brogdon finds a way to get two more.
And Malcolm Brogdon, Brent has moved around a little bit in his career, but he's always found a way to contribute.
Well, I think coaches appreciate, Kevin, the way that Malcolm plays the game in terms of his efficiency. They can always use that ability out there. A guy who makes solid decisions with the ball and is a knockdown shooter with high percentages.
2 minutes. 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Now here's Bay. Over McConnell. Again, the Wizards good for two.
Ending up with a close look. That's a great trip down the floor from Saddiq Bey.
A minute 42 left to play in the third. And here we go. Washington fast break. And the dunk by Kispert.
And that's how you do it. Impressive play, explosive finish.
Yeah, sweet finishes like that. You see everybody get up. Look at the guys on the bench. They're fired up.
Toppin against Bay. There's the screen. Kept alive. Here's Nesmith. It's good. Nesmith has got 5 points in the quarter.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound.
And this is where Smart's at his best, being aggressive, going towards the rim.
McConnell passes to Bryant. Toppin sets a screen for McConnell to the middle. And it's Toppin that time on the assist by McConnell.
That was just a perfect possession, getting it in tight for the high percentage shot.
McConnell against Smart. The three. It's rebounded by Indiana.
Not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
And Holmes throws it down.
And this is a lot of times what you see from Richaun Holmes available around the rim.
Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Defensive foul.
Yeah, that's one way to get back into this game. Keep getting him the ball and let him make the shots.
Indiana shooting their fourth shot at the foul line here. For Washington, they've gone 7 of 9 from the field to start this second half. Some tremendous shooting from them. It's Brogdon on the wing. Kispert setting the pick for Brogdon for three. And that's good. Corey Kispert for three. Kispert's got 5 points so far.
Now that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference. Not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
And so it's the Washington Wizards rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up a quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened on the court for Indiana. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. The perimeter pairing with Nembhard and Mathurin. And it's Halliburton in at the point. And a wide open look for Siakam. That falls. Nice feed that time from Halliburton.
3-point.
Always a threat. 3-point land that time was seriously expanded.
Poole against Halliburton. It's Poole with the drive. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Well, one of the more explosive players and silky smooth. Poole finding a way to get to the rim.
Pass to Nembhard. Outside Mathurin. Back to Nembhard. Screen by Siakam. A shot by Nembhard, no good. Washington has gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Here's Sarr, and the three ball is good.
Well, Sarr continues to develop that three-point shot, hoping to make it a reliable part of his game.
Turner with the screen. Here's Nembhard. It's blocked, and so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here. Ball stolen. Near the three-point line, it's Poole. The rebound by Halliburton. Pacers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Mathurin passes to Halliburton. Siakam sets a screen for Halliburton. Pass to Siakam. And finished off by Siakam.
Oh, the numbers speak for themselves. Siakam showing great versatility on the offensive end.
Hey guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Wizards?
They're looking to attack and transition every time down the floor, just wearing the defense thin at this point.
Something else I've seen from them in this game is just how quick they are to capitalize on a turnover. I mean, they're pouncing on that stuff. You've got to be careful when you're handling the ball around them. That's the guy they're going to keep going to, as they should. The lead's only going up if they keep feeding him.
And a wide open look for Halliburton. Sinks the three-pointer.
You know, Halliburton processes so many things out there. He plays one step ahead of the rest.
Kicks it down to Middleton. Halliburton against Poole. Back to Middleton. Pass to Poole. Middleton, a screen on Halliburton. Middleton outside. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
How about Middleton saying, you take that, I got some payback for you right here.
Halliburton outside. And Halliburton slams it in.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question.
You know, young players who come into the league, you want to see if they can bring it every night. Halliburton has certainly fit that bill.
Poole against Halliburton. Middleton outside. Nice ball movement by Washington. Just 4 to shoot. The Wizards need to get a shot off here. Poole, no good. Indiana's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Halliburton. It's rebounded by Poole. Poole's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Wizards.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought. An all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe before the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that. And man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Alex Zong.
I just loved his defense. He took pride in swatting away a bunch of shots tonight and made his impact felt.
And the Pacers can't get it to go. Washington's gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. Poole on the wing. No good from outside. Here's Nembhard, guarded by Poole. Nembhard with it. To the paint, and stolen by Song. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Poole, no good. Halliburton passes to Nembhard. Misses the 3. And here is Poole. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend
Trent Jr. in the guards. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. And it's Prince in at the 3. And for Washington, we've got Marcus Smart. Sarr out there with George. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Coulibaly in at the 2 guard. You know, on paper, this looks like a lopsided matchup. But anything can happen in the NBA, Grant.
That is the truth. I mean, that's why they play the games. One guy gets hot, the team gets cold. That's all it takes to swing the entire outcome of a game.
Now here's Lopez. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Another shot. And no good. Ooh, nice D from George. Here are the Wizards now with the ball. Coulibaly on the wing, guarded by Trent. There's the 3. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Lillard left side. And stolen by Middleton. Outside Coulibaly. George, a screen on Trent. And it's Coulibaly missing. Launches it from deep. The rebound by the Wizards. Well, it was a tough season for the Washington Wizards, Grant. A franchise low 15 wins.
You know, B.A., it started with trading away their star, Bradley Beal, before the season. But I like their new direction, prioritizing the future and developing talent.
Now here's Lillard. Going inside. And slammed it home. And a foul. A chance at another point at the line. They'll pin that on Chris Middleton. Well, Clark, Lillard's scoring isn't what it once was, but he's still a major threat from outside.
He sure is. I tell you what, he's got such great range and such command of the ball in his body. He can get the shot he wants more times than not. And he's actually gotten better, I think, when he's working off the ball. You still have to be very much aware of where Damian Lillard is when he's on the court.
And Lillard gets it to go.
The moment they hit that last shot, Lillard wanted one of his own. He was determined and undeterred to strike right back.
Now here's Coulibaly. 6 points for him. Puts up a deep 3. Giannis with the rebound. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 for 5 here in the first. And Marcus Smart picks up the foul.
Personal foul.
That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
For 3, here's Lillard. Sarr pulls it in. Washington has gone 2 of 5 from deep. Here's Coulibaly. Boom! He jams it straight down.
He throws it down with 2 hands. You know he won't mess that up.
Not this guy. He is a big-time finisher.
Yeah, near the hoop, he's an absolute monster.
The 3 from Prince. Good. And it's Lillard who picks up the assist.
3-point.
Yeah, you know, Prince is always doing a nice job working to get open, and that's the reward you get for staying active, keeping yourself moving, an open look on the jump shot there.
And Giannis Antetokounmpo picks up that foul. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Smart against Lillard. And the bucket is good.
And don't judge Smart by his size. A little physicality isn't enough to stop him.
Lillard against Smart.
2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. 2 minutes.
Now here's Lillard. Defense right on him. Lopez can't hit. The Wizards with a lead. Outside Coulibaly. A minute 42 left in the first quarter. From the top of the key, Lillard pulls down the board.
Boy, that's got to be terribly frustrating there. I mean, with the defense not hustling and he still misses, boy, he wishes he had that one back.
Outside Coulibaly. Off target from outside. The Bucks have gone 3 of 8 so far. Trent from long range. And the Bucks miss again.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
On the drive, Smart. Here's Coulibaly. Hits the 3-pointer. Coulibaly's got 11 points.
A great decision from Smart. He's all about doing what's best for the team.
Antetokounmpo for 3. Rebound by the Wizards. Sarr passes to Smart. Here's Sarr, still without a bucket. The three is up. And it's Smart missing. Bucks trail by 4. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Lillard passes to Trent. Lopez, the screen. Kicks it out to Antetokounmpo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Lillard. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo. And that one goes in. 9 points in the game.
Tell you what, doesn't matter whether he's on the move or standing still. Leonard is a flat-out laser shooter.
Here's Koulibaly. And he drops it in from the low post.
Want to score in the NBA? Picks can really force the D to make tough choices.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. It's Washington. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for Washington?
Well, you got to be impressed with how selfless they've been so far. Their passing has been simply outstanding.
You know, something else that's working for them is the three-point shooting. I mean, they've done some damage early on from behind the arc.
Sarr out there with George. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then there's Bilal Koulibaly. And it's Smart in at the point guard position. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Wizards. Outside Koulibaly. 6 on the shot clock. The Wizards need to get off a shot here. For 3, George. Rebounded by Lopez.
That's excellent defense right there on the perimeter.
Clark, one thing to note when you play the Bucks, they don't give up many offensive rebounds.
Yeah, that's exactly right, B.A. Against Milwaukee, your first shot in each possession is probably and likely going to be your last shot. Some teams don't even try for second chance opportunities against the Bucks. They're such a strong defensive rebounding team.
Now here's George. No points so far. Prince against Smart. Back to George. Middleton outside. And it's good. Off the back of the rim and in.
Middleton's jump shot so pure. I mean, he's a dynamic scorer who's outstanding shooting the basketball.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Middleton. Back to Antetokounmpo. Giannis just unstoppable down low.
Trading the lead back and forth. Neither side is willing to back down.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
The Bucks have gotten 3 of 4 field goals in the second quarter. Lillard outside. Inside. Oh, Giannis, a rim rocker.
The sheer power of Antetokounmpo goes up and throws it down hard. That is impressive.
Here's Smart. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. That's on Brook Lopez.
First team. I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Well, Clark, playing time is so difficult to come by. So what's the best way to stay ready if you're on the end of the bench?
Yeah, that's a good question, B. I never experienced that as a starter in the short career that I had in the NBA. With all the travel, I think you just got to make a commitment to get in the extra work between the few practices that you have. So it's really being self-motivated as an individual to be professional and anticipate that you're going to be ready if your number's called.
And Smart nails the triple.
Getting the ball and taking his shot. Smart makes it look almost effortless.
2 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
Prince, the pass to Lopez. Lillard outside. There's contact, but Lillard slips through.
Lillard is tough in there, muscling that one home.
Smart against Lillard. Lopez with the steal. Pass to Prince. Lillard outside. Lopez, the screen on Middleton. Lillard on the drive. Trent outside. It's Prince on the wing. Defended by Smart. Clock is at 3. Here's Antetokounmpo. Smart grabs the miss.
And the defense gets bailed out by the miss. He usually converts that.
George passes to Sarr. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
Count it. Good.
Boy, that time the setup was perfect, and Prince had an easy shot from the mid-range there.
Smart on the drive. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
First personal foul.
Washington shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. The first one falls.
For 2, Marcus Smart.
And so Smart nails them both. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Bucks. Trailing by 2. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Sarr pulls it in. Sarr's got 4 rebounds now. Outside Coulibaly. Lets a floater go. And he takes it up and lays it in. Coulibaly's got 15.
Boy, that was a sweet-looking teardrop. There's very little defense for that.
No good. Would have counted had it gone. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Wizards out in front, up by 4. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Without question, Bilal Coulibaly displaying his skills today.
Yeah, tonight, he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
So on the floor for Milwaukee, they've got Bobby Portis. Kevin Porter is out there with Jackson. Then it's Green, and it's Sims in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Wizards leading by 4. And Grant, when you play the Wizards, you better be ready to run.
BA, they like to speed you up. They force you to play at their pace. And on the flip side, that gives you open floor opportunities as well.
You know, Malcolm Brogdon is not the biggest guy, but that does not stop him from being aggressive and assertive inside.
Porter from outside knocks down the long J.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Brogdon. Oh! Brogdon rising up for the flush.
It's nice to see when Brogdon doesn't settle for the layup, instead going in there to finish with power.
Portis with a screen on Brogdon. Portis outside. Back to Jackson. Portis a screen. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It goes on Malcolm Brogdon. Milwaukee shooting their second and third shots at the line here. Well, Clark, this Bucks roster is loaded with veteran talent, but their window for another run won't last long.
No, those windows don't last forever, especially with so many young teams around the league on the ascent. The Bucks may want to take a page from them and give some of their younger players a chance to grow and contribute.
Here's Champagny. He's scoreless.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
Green, the pass to Sims. Ooh, good finish at the rack off a slick feed.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
They set the screen. Poole exploding to the rim, and it's flushed down. A
almost taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
Now here's Porter. Portis outside. Three-pointer, no good.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
Here's Champagny. Poole up top. There's the triple. Oh, using that sweet stroke. Poole connects from deep.
Coach is loving the ball movement.
Jackson outside to the paint. Outside for Porter. There's a screen. Takes it inside. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
That's just fearlessness taking it to the rack by Porter. Saw the defense coming, but didn't slow down one iota.
Hits one, then misses the second attempt from the line. Brogdon with the ball. Green picks him up. Brogdon, the pass to Kispert. And he drives in. Pass to Champagny.
2 minutes.
Outside Brogdon. The three. Champagny shot is off. Bucks trail by 7. Portis down low. Guarded by Brogdon. Jackson for 3. And the three-pointer goes.
Smart pass by Porter, showing the ability to make good decisions with the ball.
Here's Poole. Pass to Champagny. The 3 is up. It's hauled in by Portis. The Bucks have gone 3 of 5 from the field in this third quarter. And Clark, Bobby Portis has really become a fan favorite around the league.
He sure has. He's one of my favorites. I mean, everybody loves Bobby Buckets, and I think it's because he's got a blue-collar style and mentality. He's not a guy that was super highly touted coming into the league, and he brings great energy, passion, and tenacity, and he produces.
Here's Champagny. Counted from distance. Champagny's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. And so Porter will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. 7-point differential. Portis a screen. For 3. And Porter hits from deep. Porter's got 7 points.
Tell you what, if he can find some consistency from deep, Porter Jr. is going to be a nightmare as an offensive player.
Pass to Champagny. The kick out to Poole. It's hauled in by Portis. There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Here's Sims, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Brogdon, the pass to Holmes. Washington shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. The first free throw is good.
At the line for the Wizards.
Both free throws good from Holmes.
And the big fella with the skill level, showing a soft touch at the line.
Lillard outside. Lopez, the screen on Smart. For 3, here's Lillard. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more than it's made by the big fella.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. George out there with Sarr. Then there's Bilal Coulibaly. Then there's Marcus Smart. And it's Middleton in at the 3. That's the group for Washington right now. Kicks it out to Middleton. Here's Coulibaly. He buries it from 3. Koulibaly's got 5 points now this quarter.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor space.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Now here's Lillard. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Smart. Lillard passes to Antetokounmpo. And George with some nice D. Washington leading by 9. Middleton outside. Pass to Sarr. Beyond the arc. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Milwaukee's got 6 out of 15 threes so far in this game. Trent outside. Back to Antetokounmpo. And Marcus Smart picks up the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Lillard outside. Offline with a 3. Washington's gone 7 for 17 from three-point range so far in this matchup. Pass to Middleton. Fires from deep. That's good. And it's Smart with the assist. Smart has got his 4th assist in this one.
The obvious work ethic of Middleton on full display there. I mean, the quick release off the pass, which leaves the defense without much to do.
Here's Antetokounmpo. That's good. And now he's 5 for 11 in this one.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Washington leading by 10. Pass to Koulibaly. A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. And there is a whistle. That goes on Damian Lillard. That'll be a second foul of the game.
First team foul.
Smart finds George. Now Middleton. Clock at 6. The 3 ball. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Antetokounmpo, the pass to Prince. Back to Antetokounmpo. Rebound by the Wizards. Sarr's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Inside. And that one is stuffed right through.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision excellent.
Antetokounmpo, the pass to Lillard. Fires for 3. It's rebounded by George.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Here's Koulibaly. No good on the 3. Bucks trail by 12. Trent for 3. And Middleton with the block. Koulibaly on the wing. Lets it go from deep. That's good. And so Middleton with the assist. Koulibaly's got 23 points. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. 1:25 left in the final quarter.
They came out and had a statement win with their performance tonight. A fantastic effort to get it done here for the Wizards.
Man, they were in a groove from long range tonight.
Yeah, they were able to find space, and they were ready to let it fly the moment they saw an opening.
And the foul on Gary Trent. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
1:14 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Koulibaly. And the 3 off target. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Bucks. Down by 15. Here's Lopez. And it's Lopez with the jam.
An absolute bully in the lane. Nothing the smaller defender could do there.
Here are the Wizards now with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run. George for 3. Gets the 3 to fall.
Their home crowd has energized them all game. Now they're closing it out.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
Oh, and Giannis hammers it in. They've done a great job of moving the ball tonight.
Yeah, B.A. Keeping everybody involved keeps everyone engaged.
Koulibaly up top. Nice spin off the left rim and in. And the Wizards lead by 16.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
And it's Smart missing. Here's Milwaukee. And Lillard puts up a deep three. Good. And Antetokounmpo gets the assist.
And that's unselfishness right there. Full display. Giannis wanting to get it to open teammates.
And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing at home.
got two of the top offensive teams in this one.
Yeah, but my focus is on the other end tonight. Defense. The team that can come up with just a few timely stretches of stops, I think they win.
Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Prince out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Portis in at the 3 side. And here's Halliburton. He'll bring it up for Indiana. Siakam outside. Back to Halliburton. Lopez with the steal. Lillard with it. Halliburton picks him up. And he lays it straight in.
Refuses to let contact deter him from scoring. I'm a fan of Lillard's willingness to challenge defenders.
Now, here's Siakam. Siakam a screen on Lillard. Halliburton kicks to Siakam. Indiana moving it around. Just 5 on the clock. Screen by Siakam. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Offline with his 3. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. Milwaukee shooting their first free throw of the game.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
Hey, Lillard has all the talent in the world, but, man, this guy is a great leader. Lots of charisma, and he holds his teammates accountable.
Kicks it out to Prince. Antetokounmpo setting the pick for Prince. Back to Antetokounmpo. Giannis dunks it down.
And maybe the most bankable play in this offense. Antetokounmpo on the roll with the finish.
Well, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
Now, here's Halliburton. Following the miss by Giannis Antetokounmpo. Halliburton outside. And Halliburton slams it in.
That's Tyrese Halliburton saying, I'm not just a pure shooter, folks. I've got a little ups in my game.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Well, Kevin, Rick Carlisle gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. I talked with Coach about how he plans to stop Giannis Antetokounmpo tonight. Coach laughed and then asked me, do you have any ideas? Giannis is an impossible matchup. We just hope to slow him down a little. As always, it's very difficult to game plan for the Greek Freak, a multiple-time MVP. Kevin?
Thank you, David. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Oh, and the jam by Prince.
Well, fast off his feet and up at the rim in a hurry. Taurean Prince with an easy one.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That is his first foul of the game. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, Halliburton passes to Siakam. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
What you love about Halliburton is in pick-and-roll action, he always knows where to put the pass to make it easy on his teammate.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and the rebound goes to the Pacers.
Great contest by the defender, but that's a dunk you've got to put down in his face.
Halliburton for 3. Rebound, Giannis Antetokounmpo. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for Milwaukee. Now certainly with one of the more unique shots in the NBA, Halliburton gets it done.
You know, Kevin, credit to Halliburton and the organizations he's played for, because a lot of them would have changed or tried to rebuild their shot. Halliburton and his organizations knew the shot worked, and he stuck with it. And now he's one of the best shooters at his position.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here's Lillard following the score by Miles Turner. 6 on the shot clock. That's a 2 from Lillard. And again, the Bucks miss.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
And Tyrese Halliburton, one of the best offensive players in the league, Doris. He is so fun to watch.
Kev, this young man is special, and not only because of the flair and the skill as a passer, the shot-making ability. To me, it's the joy he brings to the game and how that joy lifts his teammates around him. The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
And Antetokounmpo gets it to go.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Here's Halliburton. That one goes in. Halliburton's got 8.
Well, you have to understand how to score when you're in the paint and you are 6'5". Tyrese Halliburton, he knows the way.
Lillard attacking, and Lillard throws it down.
Wow, look at how quick he flashes to the rim there for the finish.
Halliburton for 3. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. He's got 11.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
Tyrese. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Pacers so far, guys.
They set a physical tone in the first, and that really showed on the backboard.
I think it's why they hold the lead here early, because they're controlling the flow of the game with those second chance opportunities.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second, the post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Prince, and it's Portis in at the 3, the small forward. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks very much. Tyrese Halliburton is a person who's in control. He says, I want to win, so I'm just trying to figure out the right way to do that. Right now, it's get the ball in my hands and just make the right reads. I can facilitate probably better than the majority of people in the league. So that's what I want to do. I want to get my guys involved. Kevin?
He does, doesn't he, David? Every single time. And, David, we thank you for that report. On the Pacers' doors last season, trading for Pascal Siakam to complement this hungry team.
And, Kevin, it's important in a couple of ways. First of all, he's a 2-time All-Star who's got a championship pedigree. The other part of this is Indiana is an equal opportunity offense, so they want to share the basketball. But Pascal brings individual playmaking and shot making, and sometimes that's a must-have in this league. Two things you love here: how confident Halliburton is offensively. The second is not afraid to take punishment while he's shooting the basketball.
Halliburton hits them both. And the league giving a bit more leeway, GA, to defenders. As a hard-nosed defender yourself, I'm sure you like that change.
Oh, I do. I mean, we all love the intensity of playoff basketball. So why not bring a certain level of physicality to the regular season?
Here's Halliburton. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot. Siakam against Portis. Here's Nembhard. Nothing on the board. Halliburton outside. Wants to get it to Turner and does. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Bucks trail by 4. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Using his size, Giannis!
And this is where you feed Giannis. The closer he is, the more dangerous he becomes.
Halliburton looking around. Driving to the basket. Pass to Siakam. And he banks in the layup. Siakam's got his second basket of the game.
Man, that is tenacity from Pascal Siakam. He was simply undeterred.
Greg, in January 2024, Pascal Siakam was traded out of Toronto.
And he came into the league an older player from a mid-major school. The Raptors did a lot to help Siakam.
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
At the line for one.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult
review under NBA rules, the officials will have 2 minutes to review the play.
to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And
Antetokounmpo slamming it down there, using his sensational will to finish with the flush.
Halliburton with it, out-guarded by Giannis. Siakam misses. For Milwaukee, they've gotten all of their first 6 shots to go in here in the second. What a quarter so far. Antetokounmpo setting the pick for Lillard. Driving the lane, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It goes on Tyrese Halliburton.
And when Lillard sees an opening, he takes full advantage, skilled at drawing contact.
Hey, GA, how about Damian Lillard's time in Portland? 11 magnificent years.
I mean, Kevin, arguably the best trailblazer of all time. Rookie of the year, then 7 All-Star appearances. Dame will always be a legend in the Rose City.
Halliburton for 3. Rebound, Milwaukee. And it's Milwaukee's ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Now here's Lillard. He's guarded closely. Lopez, a screen on Mathurin. Here's Prince. And the dunk by Prince.
Boy, off the bounce, Taurean Prince can be so dynamic. The speed, the power, all of those things make it tough on the defense.
Shoots it up. Good on that shot. With that, the Bucks' lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Halliburton.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Lillard attacking, and Lillard throws it down.
Some nights, Lillard can just keep going and going.
Indiana's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. 34 seconds left to play here in the half. And a wide open look for Siakam. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Siakam's got 5 points now in the quarter. Halliburton against Lillard. Going inside, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
That first step of Lillard, deadly.
Pacers trail by 3. Halliburton with it. 19 points in the game. Pass to Nembhard. No good on the triple. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Bucks. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Tyrese Halliburton has been sensational.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
I have to love his tenacity. This guy stays in attack mode, makes defenders work, tries to keep them off balance.
They've got T.J. McConnell. Ryan is out there with Obi Toppin. Then there's Aaron Nesmith, and it's Shepard in at the shooting guard. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Livingston, no luck. And so it's McConnell with it. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. And when you think back to that Sabonis-Halliburton trade, Doris, it really worked out for both teams.
It's rare, Kevin, that you can talk about a quote win-win for both sides. Most trades are a little bit harder to evaluate because they involve more moving pieces. This was a straight-up one-to-one swap of young stars and positional fits for each side.
Porter against McConnell. Porter kicks to Livingston. Pass to Trent. Back to Livingston. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Obi Toppin.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Taking 2 shots.
Livingston hits both of them. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Porter against McConnell. Toppin passes to McConnell. Toppin sets a screen for McConnell. Lays it up off the glass. McConnell's got 4 this quarter. Third quarter here and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. The Bucks use their size defensively to great impact. Coach Doc Rivers said, we're not fast, we're long. So we get our fingertips on a lot of balls, and that slows fast teams down. Switching keeps guys in front of you, and the more size we can put in front of people, the better we can be. Kevin?
Yeah, you followed this league for a long time. That sounds like a pretty good game plan.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Indiana leading. Pass to Neesmith.
Milwaukee foul. Livingston. First personal foul. Second team foul.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now.
And really, that's why you don't want to go up into the air without a plan. Had no option of what to do with the ball.
A shot by Sims, no good.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe. And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
77% shooter at the line a season ago. Those are better than the average numbers.
I think one thing that's clear with Obi Toppin is he has a drive to keep improving. He knows he's got some talent, but it's about the work you put in.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
Boy, as tight as this one is, that's a statement play saying, hey, listen, we're not here to back down from you guys.
Green taking his time here. Shot clock at 5. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. And the rejection by Bryant.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
And Toppin throws it down.
Well, the vertical of Obi Toppin on display rises up with ease.
Bucks trail by 4. Outside, Porter. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play. For Milwaukee, they haven't yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5. And Porter, no good on that one.
1 shot. Out of bounds. Indiana ball.
Pacers have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. And there's the call on Kevin Porter.
Porter Jr.
That's his first foul.
Personal foul. 4th team foul.
Toppin kicks to McConnell. Driving inside. And the layup's good off the glass. McConnell's got 6.
Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look, right at the cup. Nicely done.
There's Porter with the three, and he's good on the three ball.
Good to see Porter Jr. knocking down the triple. Needs to keep taking and making those shots.
Out to the right wing. Now, here's Neesmith, headed by Green. Toppin against Green. Neesmith can't get it to go.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
Livingston, no luck.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Inside, they swipe it. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Porter to the inside. Sims inside. Toppin's there. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Boy, not on the same page there. And in a possession ball game, that's a big mistake.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Green. That one wide left.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to fire.
So we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. On the floor for Milwaukee starting the 4th quarter. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Taurean Prince is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Portis in at the 3. And Lillard throws it down.
Yeah, Lillard has those ups. He can get to the rim when he wants to.
Here's Halliburton. Lopez with the block. And that'll be Indiana as it goes out of bounds. Pacers retain possession. Portis against Halliburton. To the middle. He is looking for Siakam and finds him.
And Antetokounmpo's size, no doubt a huge factor, a master at getting up to block shots.
Outside Portis. Got us a screen on Siakam. That's in, and the Pacer lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Portis.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected.
Hammer it home! Hammer it home, baby!
That is authority right there.
Prince with the ball. Mathurin picks him up. And Portis throws it down.
When you watch Taurean Prince play, you know it's about team. This guy finds the open man and loves delivering it.
Halliburton outside. Takes a 3. Giannis grabs the miss. Bucks have gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. Game winding down, and they just keep changing leads.
And guys, no separation yet, and I really don't think we're going to see any all the way down.
Here's Halliburton, and the layup is good. Halliburton's got 26.
Tyrese Halliburton is putting in work right now. This guy getting to his spots and scoring with ease.
Giannis sets a screen for Lillard. Here it is.
Is Dame trying to get in the dunk contest? Looked like it on that incredible finish.
Siakam finds Nembhard from outside the arc. A rebound by the Bucks. Giannis has got 6 rebounds in the game. Lillard the pass to Portis. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Here's Lopez. And the rebound goes to the
2
Pacers.
minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
And here's Halliburton. A rebound by the Bucks. Portis has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Antetokounmpo with the ball. Picked up by Turner.
And you know, he knows he's the leader of this team. Giannis embracing the opportunity to come through with big baskets.
Siakam, a screen on Portis. Takes it out to Siakam. And the shot is good. The Bucks lead as we go down to a single point after the basket from Halliburton.
Halliburton has the kind of personality that keeps him steady in big-time moments. How about that? Unfazed.
It's thrown by Antetokounmpo. Kicks it out to Lillard. 1:15 left here in the 4th quarter. Portis, the pass to Lillard. And Lillard gets double-teamed. For 3, Portis nailed from three-point land.
For 3.
Portis has got 7 points here in this quarter. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Bucks.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
Another thing I thought they did well was pressure. They forced a ton of turnovers, turned those opportunities into points.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Here's Lillard. Good!
His team is in a tight spot, but Lillard keeps his cool, totally focused on getting them what they need.
Siakam, a screen on Lillard. Siakam outside. And a miss there on the triple. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
Shoots. A shot by Nembhard, no good. And that's an intentional foul.
Miles Turner. 2nd personal foul. 1st team foul. Pacers foul. Tyrese Halliburton. 2nd personal foul. 2nd team foul.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Damian Lillard. 2 shots.
And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
From Miles Turner.
So it's Milwaukee picking up the win. A narrow win under. Much appreciated, David. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doors.
up-tempo affair, Brent. Both teams aren't shy about getting out on the break.
I think about it, BA, are the coaches telling each of their teams tonight, look, as fast as we get out in transition, we have to do the same in terms of getting back in transition defense. Just slow them down 3 or 4 seconds to make them set up anything in the half-court offense, and ultimately that could win out here tonight.
A look at the opening lineup for Washington. Bilal Coulibaly out there with Jordan Poole. Then there's Sarr. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Champagnie at the power forward spot. Now here's Coulibaly. This one for 3. Champagnie shot is off.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Earlier, I spoke with Rick Carlisle. I talked with him about how he's approaching matching up with Jordan Poole tonight, and he said to make sure we don't lose him on defense, we have to talk and we have to know where he is. Expects his team to be very active and talkative here tonight. Guys?
Appreciate the report, Allie. Halliburton misses. Washington has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Well, Brent, since 1980, the Wizards have had home court advantage in the playoffs just one time.
BA, do you want to have anything that you want to share that's positive about the Wizards? I mean, this team has not made it out of the second round in that span, so hard to envision that happening anytime soon. You got a long way to go.
And you got to be right up on Mather, especially when he's roaming around the mid-range.
Outside Coulibaly. Driving to the basket, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
The BA, when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice. Now here's Halliburton. Pass to Siakam. They set the pick. Here's the 3. Tries again. And it's Mathurin missing.
Yeah, can't see why he missed that one there. The D's close, but looks like plenty of room.
Here's Poole. And there's the drive. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
And a nice show of strength there for Jordan Poole.
All right, Graham, what do you think about Jordan Poole's nickname, the Pool Party?
Oh, it's very apt, right? Because when he's on, everyone is having a good time. But it also speaks to his relaxed attitude. He's out there to shoot and have fun while doing it. Yeah, and you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
You know, young players who come into the league, you want to see if they can bring it every night. Halliburton has certainly fit that bill. At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Poole. Rejected by Halliburton. And Bilal Coulibaly picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Halliburton. A 3 off the inbound. Rebounded by Champagnie. First quarter of basketball. Just over 2.5 minutes played so far. Poole up top. Pass to Sarr. There's the 3. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Not only is Sarr a willing passer, he's a very skilled passer as well.
Halliburton, the pass to Nembhard. Back to Halliburton.
2 minutes remaining in the first 2 minutes.
Now Siakam. Now Halliburton. Coulibaly defending. The kick out to Poole. 1:46 left in the first quarter. And the foul on Tyrese Halliburton. That's his first foul of the game.
These calls can be so difficult for officials to make.
Pass to Champagnie. From the arc.
When he's defending, Siakam is just all over you. He's got great footwork and fast hands.
Three-pointer, Halliburton. And it's Poole with a rebound.
Something's off about him this quarter.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Three-pointer is up. Middleton. And as it goes out of bounds, Washington able to keep possession. Outside Coulibaly. No good with the triple. And Siakam has got the ball here for the Indiana Pacers. It's a 5-point game, and the basket is good.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Now here's Koulibaly. Drops in the 3. Koulibaly's got 5.
The defense takes a chance, leaves him open at the arc, and he capitalizes.
Halliburton for 3 from beyond the arc, and then some.
They're clapping back. Halliburton matching the 3 from the other end.
Here's Poole on the take, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Give him 8.
I just think that's trouble. You're gonna let that guy shoot layups. You're asking for it.
And he gets it to go.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Outside Koulibaly. Pass to Champagny. Back to Koulibaly. The 3. The Pacers pull it in. Here's Nembhard. No good. That would have tied it. What a performance for Jordan Poole. He's been the story for the Washington Wizards. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And what do you think about how the Wizards are doing here?
Well, it's simple. I mean, they started off strong, and they've been hot from beyond the arc since the get-go.
They just couldn't seem to know what it was that they needed to do and how to stick them from outside. The defense pretty lost.
Halliburton and Nembhard, the 1 and the 2. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. And it's Mathurin in at the 3. That's the 5 for the Pacers. Now here's Halliburton. Just 5 on the clock. Lets the 3 fly. Sarr pulls it in. Washington leading by 3. Grant, you talk about NBA length. Alex Sarr has it in spades.
So many young bigs we're seeing these days. He combines that length with some guard skills as well. And that's a very intriguing package.
Sends it home from three-point land.
There's still a developing part of Sarr's game, but he looked confident with that triple.
Siakam the screen. Halliburton for 3. Rebound by the Wizards. Champagny's got 4 rebounds now. Outside Koulibaly. Launches it. Poole's shot is off. Pacers trail by 6. Pass to Mathurin. Takes a 3. And can't get it. He's now 1 of 3. Washington's gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. From deep, Sarr. And they get it back. Middleton passes to Sarr. The three-pointer off the mark. Indiana has gone 0 for 3 from deep to begin the second. Kicks it out to Siakam. He takes it in. And it's Poole with a rebound. Poole's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Koulibaly. Washington again can't hit.
Yeah, we're chipping some orange paint off the rim here, guys. He must be more patient on offense and trying to find ways to penetrate inside and get closer to the rim. That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
And the Wizards with possession here. After the basket by Indiana on the other end. Here's Middleton. The Wizards with another miss. The Pacers have gotten nothing to go out of 5 attempts so far this quarter. Here's Nembhard. Out of bounds. It'll be Washington's ball.
I'm all for the crowd interacting with the players, but not so much the players interacting with the crowd. That one, errant pass.
Oh, it's stolen by Siakam. Oh, and a fast break for the Pacers. And it's Mathurin missing. And it's out of bounds to Indiana.
Indiana ball.
Here in quarter 2, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Halliburton on the wing. Koulibaly defending. 3 on the clock. Nembhard. That's good. And Halliburton gets the assist. Halliburton's got 4 assists in the game. NBA scoring has been climbing over the past decades, Grant. Is the league too offensive at the moment, do you think?
Well, we know that people like scoring, the fans, players, everyone, but the league needs to make sure there aren't hamstringing defenders too much. So I think allowing some more physicality incentivizes the defender to defend, and now we have competition on both sides of the ball.
Now here's Halliburton. He has 7. Three-pointer Mathurin nails it from beyond the arc. Mathurin's got 5 points.
He's got that guard quickness. Mathurin showing off his catch-and-shoot ability.
Here's Poole. And that time also a missed shot. And so it's Halliburton with it. He brings it up for the Pacers. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. Here's Siakam. That's his 3rd basket in 5 shots. Solid work.
And sometimes I think the 6'9" length of Siakam surprises opponents. He's able to go through or over contact.
Now here's Poole. Give him 8 points now. Pass to Middleton. Here's Sarr. It's Poole on the wing. Three-pointer. Oh, using that sweet stroke. Poole connects from deep.
And Poole just deadly from 3.
Halliburton, the pass to Siakam. Siakam with a screen on Poole. The trap by Nembhard. The layup misses. Washington shooting just 35% from the floor. Pass to Sarr. Back to Koulibaly. Let's go with a 3. Indiana with a rebound. Siakam, right side. Three-pointer off the mark. Here's Champagny. It's a tie game in Indiana. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit.
22. The Wizards. 22.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. One of the stories here, Jordan Poole. Man, is he getting it done today.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
You're just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
On the court for Washington, Marcus Smart out there with Malcolm Brogdon. Then there's George, then it's Rashawn Holmes, and it's Kispert in at the 3 spot.
They come away with the lead, but I'm sure he's kicking himself over that last miss.
Now here's McConnell. Kicks it out to Bryant. Back to Toppin. Out to the right wing. Here's Shepard. Nails the 16-footer. And the Pacers lead by 1. Extremely competitive game thus far.
Yeah, 6 lead changes in total. I expect there to be more to come.
There's a screen. Kispert outside. Using his post moves to get the 2 points. Neesmith on the wing, guarded by Brogdon. And he slams it in one-handed.
This game has been like a seesaw. Both teams going back and forth at one another.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Pretty even game going on here in Indiana. And the layup is good off the glass.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
The speed of Smart's drive is really something. I mean, he is cooking them right now.
Bryant, a screen on Smart. McConnell against Smart. McConnell, good. McConnell's gotten his second bucket of the game.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
Smart passes to Kispert. Jacks up a three. The rebound by Neesmith. Pacers leading by 3. Pass to Shepard. Good on the shot. Shepard's gotten 4 this quarter.
Yeah, there was a lack of intensity in the first half, but these teams have now turned it up.
You asked for those hustle plays earlier in the game. We're seeing them now.
Smart passes to Brogdon. No good on the triple. The Pacers have gone an impressive 5 of 5 so far in the third quarter. Here's Toppin. And a slam dunk by Toppin.
And Toppin on top of the world there.
And timeout is called by Brian Keefe. He's going to talk it over with his guys. The Wizards trail by 7. Outside Brogdon. Back to Smart. Brogdon with a screen on McConnell. And there is a whistle. That'll go on Thomas Bryant. That's his first foul of the game. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. The rebound by Neesmith.
You have to really like his energy getting to the rim there. Shocked that he blew the dunk, but you know most times he's going to posterize his man.
A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Washington's got nothing to fall from outside in this third quarter. Ooh, ripped away. Finished off the break. And now a 9-point Pacer lead.
I just love how he runs the floor with energy and intensity, but still stays under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
For Washington, they've got just 2 of 6 in the second half.
Just the fact that Smart is so shifty with the ball.
And they've stopped the action here. They're using their coaches.
Third team foul. At the line for the Wizards, Marcus Smart.
We've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
And he knocks down the first one. No good on the second free throw. Indiana on offense. They're on a 14-5 run. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by McConnell.
No need to rush that play. That's called giving away a possession.
Outside Brogdon. Oh! Brogdon rising up for the flush.
At 6'5", Brogdon capable of getting up there. We don't see it all that often, but a nice dunk.
McConnell from outside. Offensive rebound. A nice shot by Bryant.
You don't want to ever give up points on the boards. That's the lesson for the team there. That's a hustle play to save points.
George, a screen on McConnell. Smart passes to Holmes. Excellent D there from Bryant. Indiana on offense. They're on a 16-7 run. McConnell outside. There's 38 seconds left in the third quarter. 5 on the clock. Pass to Shepard. Nice work on the boards, paying off with a basket. Shepard's got 6 in the quarter.
A stronger defensive presence would have saved them 2 points.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the session.
So Washington ends up going with a new group. And it's Poole with the ball for the Wizards. Trailing by 10. Here he goes. Poole work in the interior.
Poole streaking past the defense. Looked like he had another gear he got to.
So Indiana ends up going with a new group. Washington shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game. There's 21 seconds left in the third quarter. Now here's Halliburton. The D's right on him. From behind the arc. It's rebounded by Washington. Champagne's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Coulibaly. And so it's Indiana closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Indiana leading by 7. Nembhard and Mathurin, they're the wings. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. And it's Halliburton in at the 1. That's the 5 for the Pacers.
Boy, Halliburton consistent with that shot.
And the Wizards shooting 34% thus far in this game. The offensive rebound. Coulibaly up top. Halliburton comes to help. Middleton outside. Shot clock at 6. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. And as Chris Middleton has gotten older, Brent, he's had to battle a number of injuries.
And no doubt this is what happens to an aging player. And for Middleton, they seem to just be compounding. The tough thing for the squad that he plays with is just how reliable and important he's been in the biggest moments. So he gives them confidence. He needs to find it back in his own body.
Now here's Halliburton. Nembhard outside. Back to Halliburton. Here's Halliburton on the take. It's picked off. Here's Sarr. Oh, and Turner with a block.
A ferocious shot block. Turner provides a sense of security to the rest of his teammates.
Pass to Sarr from downtown. Pure from three-point range.
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
Halliburton, the pass to Turner. Siakam with it. Halliburton looking over the floor. Nembhard outside. 6 to shoot. Turner, a screen on Poole. Nembhard. Again, the Pacers. Good for 2 more.
Clearly defensive miscue there. If there's not a body on him that's sitting at the mid-range, that's a defensive mistake.
Pass to Sarr. Fires the 3. And again, Washington with a triple.
If that jumper can become a consistent option for Sarr, he's going to be a dangerous player in this league.
Siakam outside. Halliburton outside. Kicks it out to Siakam. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Nembhard, good.
Can't ask for a better look with the game in the balance.
We're in the fourth quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Here's Poole. Kicks it out to Middleton. Poole, a screen on Mathurin. Back to Poole. Middleton outside. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Champagnie. Halliburton with a steal. He got him. No doubt that's a foul. And coach doesn't like the call at all. He's opting to use his challenge. He wants the officials to look at the replay.
People were worried that this would slow the action down.
Play is under video review under NBA rules. 2 minutes are allowed
to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Nembhard outside. Outside Mathurin.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Siakam outside. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Wizards ball.
.157 left to play in the fourth. Pass to Coulibaly. With the teardrop. And he lays it in.
And the player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
Now here's Halliburton. It's stolen. A little over 3.5 minutes in the books now in this fourth quarter. Poole, a screen on Halliburton. And we've got a timeout from Brian Keefe. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, while Brian Keefe was just reviewing the plan with his team, Coach delivered some inspiration for his team. He said, quote, "We're close. We are inches away from it. Do you feel it? I feel it. This is ours if we want it." Back to you, Ryan.
Thanks for that, Allie.
Wow, and that's a big splash for Poole.
Siakam looking it over. Sarr pulls it in. And so it's Poole who brings up the ball for the Wizards. 54 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Pass to Koulibaly. Shot clock at 5. And timeout is called by Brian Keefe. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. Just 4 to shoot off the inbound pass. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. That one on Nembhard.
And you have to try to make something happen. I mean, they have to be aggressive at this point, even if it's risking a foul.
That one drops. He ties it up.
You might want to think twice before sending him to the line again. He gets locked in when the game gets close.
Now here's Halliburton. Koulibaly defending. Here's Nembhard. Kicks it out to Siakam. Second chance effort. Sarr pulls it in. Outside Koulibaly. The kick out to Poole. Oh, he missed it.
Man, the defender really went after
He sinks the clutch free throw. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 2-point ball game.
Now that's how you capitalize at the line. As long as they play good defense, they should have this win sealed.
So it's a narrow victory for the Wizards, pulling out the W. With the late victory, they upset plenty of these hometown fans.